It needs to be 10 minutes now to get 15 minutes, but it's really 10 minutes is what the email said. Me, I got 10 minutes of his time, so is what I was looking for.
3 ways to get your 10 minutes with Gary Vaynerchuk. What are your 3 ways that you got to him?
So the first thing, when you're trying to get 10 minutes of someone's time that you look up to, I would say the first way to figure out how you're going to do it is you got to create a plan. What brings him value? What is more valuable to him than his time? Coming up with something that is more valuable to him than his time. If you want someone's time, how can you bring them value? If someone's very wealthy, their time is what's most valuable. But in this case, I knew that he's a huge football guy and he works every day except for Sundays. And Sundays during football season are family and football. I got to meet his parents and his brother, and I think some of his best friends all traveled to Dallas to come be at that game. Me having the connection, I knew that I had a guy that wanted my artwork, and I knew that he had tickets. Well, I knew that he wasn't going to go to those games because they were 4 and 10, and so he usually sells off those last games of the season. So I was able to go in and get those tickets. So that first way was, how can you bring value to them? Well, me, I had the idea from that first email that said, hey, I've got these tickets in this seat, would you trade them for? But I knew he was probably coming to the game, and just so happened that he was looking and he had some friends that he needed to hook up with tickets. So that was the first way that I got into him, was by using something that was valuable to him, which was the Cowboy, Jets game. The second way to do it is just actually to reach out. You got to make a contact and see. Make contact with your offer. Once you know what you have of value that you can offer him for his time, now he's started doing barter, so he's looking to barter his time for value. And a lot of this happened right after. But because I took that initiative and just reached out with something that provided value to him, for something that was very easy for him to give up, I was able to get in there, by those 2 things.
This is the Biz Dev Barter of Empathy Wine episode. The last 48, 72 hours has been remarkable. I haven't bartered my time in a long time. My number 1 goal in life is to not have to ever barter the thing that I value the most, which is my time, access to me. However, once in a while you have a big project.
There, so we're gonna go to the barter. So this is 1/6, so this is after New Year's, after Christmas. So just within a month, we met on the 19th. I think was the night of the football game. So I barter. I wonder how much barter he had done before that, but I was able to get it and make it happen through the barter. So it's a month later from me meeting him for the first time. Did I have any influence into that is my question. Okay, so here on January 19th, 2016, 1 month after we bartered for Cowboys tickets for 10 minutes of his time, the Ask Gary V book Barter is here. Who wants to make a deal? It's time. Who's ready to barter? Want to hang with me? Have me be your alarm in the morning? Join the Ask Gary V crew. Who's in and for which one? Let me know. So he goes straight to barter a month later. So I wonder. I've always thought that. I was like, man, that's kind of a coincidence, But he's probably been bartering for a long time, so. Provide a follow-up. And then the third way that to get in front of Gary, or I guess to get in front of anybody, him, we're talking about, 10 minutes of his time. Once you've established contact, with him, create some other type of incentive. For me, the incentive was having a second, like, hey, I've got this painting here. It's worth $1,000 and you have a chance to get it. Just by a friendly little wager. And I could have done, like for him, there could have been a few other ways. Like, let's say that you are somebody that's in the jersey industry. Well, you know that Gary Vee loves jerseys, and you know that he loves the rare jerseys. So if you're a jersey manufacturer and you want to get some time, say, hey, Gary, for 10 minutes of your time, how about I produce 5 or 10 jerseys of your all-time favorite people that don't get jerseys? Something like that. You provide that value to him. That would work. Sneakers. We know he's a big sneakerhead. Now we've recently just found out that, he's gotten back into baseball cards and football cards. Me, I grew up loving that and I collected that. So that's a connection that I have with him, but also a lot of other people in this country have connections to baseball, football cards. So if you were to say, hey, Gary, I've got a Michael Jordan 1985 star card, PSA graded 9.5 or 10 that I would like to trade for your time, he would probably take that. Trust your instinct and go for it. Is kind of the key to that third one. Just go for it. Put it out there and see what happens. I got an answer within a couple of hours. So it wasn't hard for me to be able to get time with him. Now, this was a few years ago, and he's gotten a lot bigger. I've heard him say he gets thousands of DMs a day, direct messages, and how do you stand out in that crowd? I think that you definitely have to go through the proper channels, but he puts his information out there. You just got to be able to provide something. If you're trying to be one of those people who's like, dude, I just need you to pitch me, but what you're trying to sell is just you being cool and you trying to be a baller, like, he ain't gonna listen to you. You're not on the right level to maximize from him. And for me, I don't know if I'm on the right level to maximize from him, but in my world that I'm in, I'm definitely on the right level to be able to learn from him. I look at just just that 5 or 10 minutes that I got with him that day, and I don't even think that I got the whole 10 minutes because we were running late. I said we'd be there at around 6, so I was a little loose on it, but I started getting phone calls and texts that day, hey, we're heading to the stadium, where you want to meet? We were on the way there, but traffic and all that just hit us up pretty bad. So earlier in my career, I had a collector that's like, you should put some art on wine labels. And I'd believe him. I was like, I probably should. Every time you go out shopping or go to Sam's or pretty much anywhere that has wine, I'm not a big drinker, so I just see it. But when I bartended earlier in my life and I was around a lot of alcohol and seeing all the different kind of bottles, I thought it was kind of cool. So, seeing some artwork on these wine bottles was something I was like, I'd like to see mine. My artwork on Grace, the front of one of these bottles. I thought that'd be pretty cool. So a lot of times you have stuff that's on your bucket list as an artist, and that was one of mine. So I had the idea. I was like, what? Gary is in the wine industry, so I'm going to reach out to him and see if I can somehow get my artwork on wine labels. I know it's a lot easier to go with somebody that has influence and then have them pitch you than you just going out and knocking doors saying, hey, you like my art? What do you think? So this video here, whenever I started talking to Gary about this, I was just, really it just started kind of harnessing the idea and how I was going to make that dream happen. So I knew that was one common interest that we had. And so, like I said, since it wasn't about the money, it was more just the notoriety and just getting it out there. And I think it'd be cool to walk into a store and all of a sudden, oh, there's my art, on that. And every time someone is getting hammered, they go look at my art. So, just kidding. Okay, here is my video with Gary Vaynerchuk from December 19th, 2015, right before, it was a Sunday, right before the Cowboys-Jets were about to hit it off, and we were going to be playing to see who wins. Actually, he was going to win my painting no matter what, so I painted it for him. I would love to find out about wine labels. I'm an artist. I do oil paintings, yes. And I want to find somebody that would do like an artist label, something like that for bottles.
Meaning, would a winery want art on their labels?
Well, I know they would because I've seen them out there. Yeah,
Kenwood's done it. A lot of people have done it.
Right.
Okay,
but I'm looking for a contact. I'm looking for somebody that I might could reach out to.
I can get you a bunch of. So, but what the pitch is? You'd like me to maybe introduce you to 5-10 winery owners, and you'd say, hey, I'd like you to consider my stuff for your.
That's simple.
That's a home run.
Babe Ruth was the Sultan of SWAT. He was past his peak, but in the very first All-Star game, he came to bat with one man on, and with poetic justice, pulled a home run.
Send me an email, I'll set that up.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, that's an easy one.
It's
So
an easy one because not only will I set you up with people, I'll set you up with people that could conceivably be interested in doing that. I think the other thing is we do some private labels at times, so maybe there's something we've done.
something like this.
So are you looking for the exposure, or is it more, like, is it from a balance of 100 points? Is it exposure, or is it the pay of the job?
I think it's exposure. I mean, the pay. I mean, there's not much pay in that.
Exactly.
But it's more of a. I don't even drink wine, you know.
Just
But it's
exposure.
just knowing that my stuff's out there.
Thousands
you know,
of tens of thousands of bottles.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
I can't hear my snare. I can't. Can I get more cowbell? So, thank you guys for viewing this video. This is a new channel for us, so we're trying to put content out on a weekly basis, and hopefully it's something that you want to see. If you think it sucks, let us know. If you like it, let us know. If you have any other ideas of how you would like to get 10 minutes with Gary V. Like, what would you do to get 10 minutes of his time? Also, let us know which image you thought was best. So of all the little wine labels that you saw, or my art on these different bottles in this video, let us know which one your favorite is. 1, 2, or 3. We'll have 3 different choices, and just let us know which one you think's best. We'd love to hear it. Please leave me your comments down below. Anything you gained from this, or how do you think this is going to go? So I would love to see and hear your comments.